In this video, I'll guide you through how to change the resolution of a composition in After Effects. We'll go from start to finish, so even if you're new to the program, you'll be able to follow along and understand exactly what's happening and why it matters. Let's start with the basic idea. In After Effects, every project is built around compositions. You can think of a composition as a container that holds your layers, effects, animations, and timing. The resolution of that composition determines how sharp your final video will look and what size it will be on screen. For example, 1920 by 1080 is standard HD and 3840 by 2160 is 4K. If you set the wrong resolution at the beginning, your final video might look blurry or have black bars around the edges, so it's important to know how to adjust it. Today, I'll show you how to change your composition's resolution quickly and correctly. Start by making sure the composition you want to change is selected in the timeline. Look at the timeline panel at the bottom of the interface and click on the tab of the composition you want to adjust. If you have multiple compositions open, double check that the right one is active, because any changes you make will only apply to the currently selected composition. Once your composition is selected, go up to the top menu bar. Click on Composition and from the drop-down menu, choose Composition Settings. This is where most of the important setup options live for your composition. If you prefer using keyboard shortcuts, you can open the same window by pressing Ctrl+K on Windows or Command+K on a Mac. Using the shortcut is especially helpful if you find yourself tweaking settings, often, for example, when you're testing different formats for social media or different export sizes for clients. When the Composition Settings window opens, you'll see several fields, but the two we're focused on are width and height. These numbers directly control the resolution of your composition in pixels. To change the resolution, simply click into the width box and type your desired horizontal size, then click into the height box and type your vertical size. If you want standard HD, you'd enter 1920 for the width and 1080 for the height. For 4K UHD, you'd enter 3840 for the width and 2160 for the height. You can also set custom sizes if you're working on vertical video or square formats. For example, 1080 by 1920 for vertical video or 1080 by 1080 for a square layout. Just keep in mind that changing the resolution does not automatically rescale your layers to fit. After you adjust the size, you may need to reposition or scale some elements so they look correct in the new frame. It's also a good idea to double check the aspect ratio. Most modern formats use a square pixel aspect ratio, so you usually don't need to change that, but it's worth a quick glance before you confirm anything, especially if you're working with older footage or unusual formats. Once you're happy with your width and height values, you're ready to apply the changes. At the bottom of the Composition Settings window, click OK. After Effects will instantly update the composition to the new resolution. You should see the size of the preview area in the composition panel change to reflect your new settings. At this point, scrub through your timeline and make sure everything still looks the way you expect. Check that important elements are not cut off at the edges and that any text or graphics remain clearly visible and properly positioned. If anything looks off, you can go back into composition settings and adjust again using the same steps. That's all you need to change the resolution of a composition in After Effects. Select your composition, open composition settings, adjust the width and height, and click OK to confirm. Once you're comfortable with this process,